James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream.
Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
There we go. Pac-Man. Waiting.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Exit, exit. Check three. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yeah, let's get sack one.
Now Wentz. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 22 yards there, a first down.
22 yards. And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D. Hey, watch it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Elliott. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Prescott now from the 50. He's got the connection to Cooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 1st touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Point after, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 50.
Bunch.
Get him home.
Check.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On the draw, it's Pollard. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
These two teams all tied after one.
Check 55, Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
So we're going to 53. Kill.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 6-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
To throw, it's Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
5-2, come here. Hey, Charlie.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He finds Taylor, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Prescott on first down. It's caught, Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Right here. Shift.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We're going to 53. Let's see.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. But for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On third down, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he has another first.
Tight end, and let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On first down, it's Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott from the gun. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Certainly appeared like they had a great chance of that turning into a touchdown, but maybe led him just a bit too much.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone. And that's tough on a 5-yard pass, but one of that distance, that can be tough to gauge when you're in the back of the end zone. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
He's got a man, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On first down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Two Jack. Check back. Watch your shift.
Let's go, baby. They turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike, 55.
Corky, 82, Corky.
Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hit. Watch the twist. Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Hey, I'm coming. 25. Check 25.
5'9".
Check 99.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
Here we go. 180.
I got you, Pop.
Shift. Sunday. 5.
Now Wentz again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On third down, Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check 26, check 26. Kill. 26.
Here's Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
At their own 13-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
He's checking.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, Ford, Tokyo. 55.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Man 5-7. Let's put that team on the...
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the Cowboys' 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 13. Check 13. Watch the shift.
On third down, it's Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
A 39-yard attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
It's a party now. Mark 55.
Here we go, 46. 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Go, get out there, get out there.
Got the lead, me.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54, right in.
Now Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Mike 55. Mike 55. I can't believe it's 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To the air again, Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
47.
57 is Mike. Mike 57. 57 is the Mike. Mike 57. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Hey, check 26.
From the 39, Prescott. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike 55. Mike.
We're going to 53.
49. Check 49.
Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The Cowboys on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, Prescott. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing now is Wentz. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Kill. Turn. Lefty. Kill. Turn up. Hey, watch out.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
56. Here we go, 46.
57 to Mike. Check pass.
26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Gun.
Pick it up. 57.
Kill. 27.
Just like that. Nice 57.
26.
Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Prescott now to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Let's go. Check your hot read. Push him back. Push him back. Mike, 55.
And an alley to run. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where we talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Go. 280.
Mike. I got him. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Run.
Watch the eye.
Going to give this time to the tailback. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Second down at the 41. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And people who love this